Thank you, my dear young friends. Today we shall see the second part of that drama. Here, if I were you, this is the drama. Please go back to your memory. And what we have covered, Gerard is playwright who is packing and getting ready to leave his house. Number 1. Number 2, while he is packing, another man similar in build to Gerard enters his house with a revolver in his hand, and Gerard tries to talk to him to understand his intent, but the intruder in turn tries to get more information about Gerard, like his name, where he lives, etc. etc. Do you run a car? I am just enacting both intruder as well as Gerard. No, that's a lie. You are not dealing with a fool. I am as smart as you are, and smarter also, and I know you run a car. Better be careful. Wise guy, listen, this gun is no toy. I can hurt you without killing you. You get my answers. Of course. If you put it like that, I will be glad. I am very happy to just assist you. I do possess a car, and it is in the garage around the corner. That's better. Do people often come out here to your house? Very rarely. Yes, people come very rarely. Surprisingly, few people take the trouble to visit. There is that baker and the greengrocer, and of course, and then there is milkman. You see, baker, grocer, milkman, and I happen to know that you never see tradespeople. You seem to have taken a considerable amount of trouble. Very nice. Once you know so much about me, won't you say something about yourself? You have been so modest. I could tell you plenty. You think you are smart, but I am smarter. I have got brains and I use them. That is how I got where I have to. And very precisely, have you got? It didn't require a great brain to break into my little college. It is a little cottage is there. It is not a college building. It is mere cottage. And you doesn't require any brain to enter. When you know why I have broken into your little cottage, you will be surprised. And it won't be a pleasant surprise. That's all. With you figuring so largely in it, that is understandable. You see the humor and also the irony. By the way, what particular line of crime do you follow? Or aren't you a specialist? My specialty is jewels robbery. Your car will do me a treat. It is certainly a dandy car. I am afraid jewels are few and far between in this part of England. So are the cops. Not only that, even police. I can retire here nicely for a little while. You mean to live with me? A little sudden, isn't it? It is so sudden. You have not been invited. I have not invited you. You won't be here long. You won't be here long. So I didn't trouble to ask. What do you mean? This is your big surprise. I'm going to kill you. A little harsh, isn't it? It's killing is little harsh. Yeah. I will be sorry to do it. I have taken a fancy to you, but it is just got to be done. Why add murder to your other crimes? It is a grave step you are taking. It's a grave step. I am not taking it for fun. Hello, I am not taking it for fun. I have been hunted long enough. I am wanted for murder already, and they can't hang me twice. See the sequence here. And this part is over. Now, what is that summary? What are the points we have covered? Here in this second part, the intruder aims to steal Gerard's identity and begins to gather more information about Gerard. Number 1. Number 2. Intruder finds out that Gerard lives alone in the cottage and owns a car. He has very few visitors like the milkman, baker and the greengrocer. Number 3. Gerard in turn finds out that the intruder is a jewelry robber and is on the run. The intruder, number 4, the intruder tells Gerard that he is being hunted by the police for a murder. All these points are covered in this part. Now, I want to take you back to the history of play or drama. What is that? The word drama comes from Greek. The word meaning action. The two masks associated with drama represent comedy and tragedy. Western drama originates in classical Greece as early as before 5th century BC. So, the earliest form of Indian drama was the Sanskrit drama. If we come to our Indian literature, Sanskrit was the earliest form of the Indian drama. Now, did you know these famous playwrights William Shakespeare, Oscar Wilde, George Bernard Shaw, Kalidasa, Rabindranath Tagore, Girish Karnad, Vijay Tendulkar. Yes, perhaps you must have known something about these dramatists. Between 1st century and 10th century AD, hundreds of Sanskrit plays were written. Bharata Muni compiled Natya Shastra, a Sanskrit document on performing arts between 2000 BCE and 200 CE. Sorry, between 200 BCE and 200 CE. Ram Leela, literally Rama's play, that means Rama's play. That is a performance of the Ramayana epic in a series of scenes that include song, narration, recital and dialogue. Started during Tulsi Dasa's time around 1623. 1623. And now, after this drama's part, we shall have just a look at the grammar. And grammar here, all these days we have been learning that there are 3 tenses. No, but now tense has been divided into 2. One tense, another time, and in that tense we have got only 2 tenses, that is past and another is present. For example, there is example, Ram walked to the park. Present, I live in Delhi. So this is how present tense and past tense. And now that time has got 3: present time, past time and future time. So this is something very interesting research study. All these days we have learned there are 3 tenses. No, there are only 2 tenses but 3 times. So why? Let us see. Future tense is indicated by present tense and with modals. For example, I shall meet him in the park. What does it show? I shall. Shall is the present tense of should. Then shall is present tense. I shall visit. Present tense. In the park tomorrow. Future. So it is present tense and future time. So we are going to use present tense for what? Future time. For example, here many examples have been given. The PM visits Muddenahalli next month. Next month, future reference. But what we are going to use? Visits. That is present tense. The second one, he will address the students next week. Next week, future time. But will address present tense. The Vice Chancellor is visiting Sai campus in the last week of next month. Last week of next month, future time, and is visiting, present continuous. So future tense is indicated by only present tense. For example, I meet him every day. I will meet him. I am meeting him. So like that, there is various sentences that we are going to use the present tense for the definite future. If for example, the Vice Chancellor is visiting Sai campus, means it is 100% sure that is going to happen in future. And if we are 100% of the future time, we are going to use present continuous to indicate the future times. And with these examples, we can come to know that there are only two tenses, but there are three tenses. Tense and time, tense has been divided into two. One is tense, another is time. And in tense, present tense and past tense, and in time, present, past and future. Present time, past time, future time. And here one more is there. Here with the models we are going to use. What are the models? Will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might. All these are must. These are all models, and with these models, we are going to have that. They don't have what are models? Models are the words that tell the mood of the speaker and mode of speaking, nothing to do with the tense. So I shall repeat that sentence again. Future tense is indicated by present tense and with models like will, would, shall, should, can, may, might, like that. And so, on the basis of this, we can say that there is no future tense. So, this is something different and something strange and something new. Yes. Now, there is an exercise for you. You have to rewrite the sentences in simple past tense. And I have given a clue here. How is it? Subject, any subject, and then verb should be what? With ed or en. My sister played. Or sometimes there are different verbs. Sing, sang. You can't have that singed. This is ed and en forms, that is one form, and entirely different. They are strong verbs. So we have got that. And fill in now the direction is fill in the blanks using the simple past tense of the verbs given in brackets. Please note that you may have to make interrogatives or negatives. So whenever you are going to interrogative, you have to take the help of did. And did comes when the sentence is in interrogative form, and negative also with did. For example, if I finished that portion. So negative, I did not finish the portion. When you have that did, the form of the verb is original, that is present tense. And if it is did you finish? Did first, because it is a yes no question word. Did you finish that homework? Like that, you have to take the help of did. Did comes first in the interrogative sentences, and in negatives, with not. We are going to use it. Come on. So this is one sample I shall show you. Example, Mala sang bhajans. So if you want to keep it negative, Mala didn't or did not sing bhajans. And if it is to be brought, converted into interrogative, did Mala sing bhajans? That is a interrogative intonation is there. That is very important. And if you say, did Mala sing bhajans? Yes, it is dead. So interrogation, that sound must be there. Without that intonation, that is not complete. Did you go to bazaar? Did you meet him? Did you sing in that concert? Did you meet? That intonation must be there. Now, we shall have one example. Divya is asking, because it is here question mark. When there is a question mark, it is what? What? Interrogative sentence, past tense. Example is here. Very good. Did you have to bring, and when you bring the did, the verb should be in what? Original present tense. Did you go anywhere last week? Yes, I did. I, past tense, went. Go. What is the past tense form of go? I went to Bhopal. I have relatives there. You know? So, like that, you do the next one. And whenever you do that homework, please keep it in your mind. Present, past tense should have that past tense form in a assertive sentence, and they have to take that did in the what, that interrogative or negatives, like that you remember and keep them in your memory. And now we shall have the present perfect tense. What is the present perfect tense and past tense? So there is a very barik difference between simple past and present perfect tense. In both the tenses, the action is complete. In past tense, action is past, senior past. But in present perfect tense is junior past. You see the beautiful difference between, if for example, if you say, I had my breakfast, I ate my breakfast. So, past, senior past. And when you go to your friend's house, they ask you, have you had your? I had yes, but if you want to have again, then you can have that. I had it means what? Still he has got that intention of having the second time. This is the succinct difference between past simple and present. The action is just over, and there it is, long back. And it long back, if you want to have it again, you have to have the, there's a very intelligent way of using in our daily life. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verbs in bracket. Use either simple past or present perfect. Now that choice is yours. The policeman opened, looked, find, found, call, called. Yes, the same thing here. So in this way, so I think you have understood what is meant by, what is the difference between present simple, past simple and present perfect tense. So it can be beautifully used in our real life. Okay. Then exercises for the drama part number 2. Number 1. Is Gerard successful in finding out the intruder's name? How many times does he try? Number 2. Does Gerard have a car? Where does he keep it? Number 3. List at least 3 facts about Gerard that the intruder had found out before coming to his house. And the last one is refer to 2 incidents that prove that the intruder is boastful. So with this, we are coming to an end to part 2 of the drama, If I Were You. Thank you.